Well, I wish Sergeant Major Sweeney could be here today. It means so much to hear his words. As you heard Dan explain on his behalf, we have quite a history. Not only was he one of my mentors during my 20-year Army career, Sergeant Major Sweeney saw me off to my deployment to the Middle East. More importantly, he was there when I was medevac back. The fear of uncertainty I felt that day is something many in this room know all too well. Worries about our military career, our families' reaction on the future, what the future holds with a little normal, and what exactly that even means. It is a lot to take on. But fortunately, I didn't take it on alone. I had each one of you on my road to recovery. At my darkest hour, you were there. Your dedication, not only to me, but the DAV mission, is what impressed me that this was an organization I knew I needed to invest in. For my fellow Army veterans, you know the warrior's philosophy. We live it daily. I will always place the mission first. I will never accept defeat. I will never quit. I will never leave a fallen comrade. The Army isn't the only organization where I have seen this mission in action. Here at DAV, we live by that credo every day. We put serving our veterans first. We will not accept defeat. We will not quit. And most importantly, we will never leave a fallen comrade. I am humbled to make history. And foremost, I want to thank God for my life. Along my life's journey, I want to say that I never wanted to be treated differently because of my gender. I was an older woman when I joined the Army. It wasn't easy, but I like to believe that I came through training with the same fighting spirit that my male counterparts did. And one of the great blessings from my experience was that my fellow soldiers looked out for me. They were there for me. When we landed in theater, we spent our first night sleeping on body bags because we did not have blankets. And we hoped we wouldn't need them. But we knew they would not all come home empty. In graves registration, we saw the worst of the war. We saw the full measure of sacrifice that our fellow veterans had made. It was heartbreaking at times, but we saw one another and helped each other at each level, and that was an important job. While at times gruesome, it was critical that we honor our soldiers and respect our warriors. And when I became a casualty, the most difficult thing for me about being sent home was that it took me away from my soldiers. I wanted to be there when they needed top. I believed in my soldiers and they believed in me. I cared for them and they cared for me. My gender, my color, or my skin did not matter when there was a mission to be completed. As a retired first sergeant, I believe strongly that all soldiers must be held at a higher standard. And yet, being a woman wasn't a liability for me in the Army. I believe that our differences can often make us stronger. And when we put aside our egos and focus on the mission, it's amazing what we can accomplish. At any time, I didn't join the military to be a minority. I joined the Army to be part of a team. That's what drew me to the DAV. The idea that I could be involved in something that is bigger than myself. While it was an honor to continue my service as National Commander, it is equally humbling. The position of trust our members have placed in me is a distinction I will never take for granted. There are so many people I want to thank, but I need to start with someone who in the past year has demonstrated day in and day out what it means to be a leader of this organization we love so much, Dave Riley. I want to express I want to express my deepest thanks and appreciation to you for your mentorship, friendship, and for an incredible year of hard work and service as our national commander. You have set the bar to a standard I humbly tried to match. Serving with you on the national line has been an honor. I want you to know that I believe our organization is in a better place as a result of your leadership. Additionally, your unique perspective as both the first Coast Guard veteran and quadriplegic amputee to lead this organization has inspired many, and I hope my service as the first female national commander will do the same. I am proud to follow the footsteps of patriots like Private Cafe Williams, who was born into slavery and later on concealed her identity as a female in order to enlist in the Army. Another soldier who made it possible for me to stand here today is Colonel Ruby Bradley. Joining the Army in 1934, the surgical nurse was serving in the Philippines when she was taken captive by Japanese forces. She continued to serve her fellow prisoners by treating the ill and injured, earning her and fellow captive nurses the nickname Angels in Fatigues. Colonel Bradley was held in captivity for 37 months. She went on to serve in the Korean War and dedicated 3 decades of her life to her country. She was only the 3rd woman in the U.S. history to reach the rank of colonel. Lastly, I want to highlight one more female soldier who has inspired me. Brigadier General Rhonda Coram, a fellow Gulf War veteran, serving as a flight surgeon with the famed 101st Airborne. During a rescue mission, her Black Hawk was shot down. Along with 2 other soldiers, she survived the 140-mile-per-hour crash, but with 2 broken arms, a bullet in the shoulder, and knee damage, all before she too was taken captive. General Coram once said about the difficulties she experienced in life, to include the Halo crash and periods served as a prisoner of war, that no matter how bad it gets, it always gets better. This resonated with me as I began my own road to recovery from Desert Storm. It has not always been a smooth path, but it is one that has led me here, and for that I am grateful. This leads me to another important veteran I am humble for, National Adjutant Mark Burgess. For his leadership and the work he and his team have done alongside our members for crafting the opportunity we have to build upon our legacy. A special recognition must be given to the DAV Chapter 21. I would also like to thank my Chief of Staff, Kirk Johnson, California CEO, Dan Contreras, past Department Commander, as well as my committee members, and of course, the entire Department of California. I cannot be here without you today. Will all my fellow Golden State Warriors, veterans, please stand and be recognized. Thank you. Again, thank you. DAV, beyond any measure, is the absolute best veterans organization in the world. That mission is accomplished through their service officers, chapter, mentors, and volunteers. But I must thank the National Executive Committee, DAV Board of Directors, our professional staff members, and the partners in the auxiliary for providing the strength needed to accomplish our mission. You each play a pivotal role in DAV's success. Finally, I want to recognize my family. There are 4 generations here today supporting me. And while I'm so proud of my entire family and all those who have served. I need to take a moment to honor my father, a fellow Army veteran who served as a Buffalo soldier. I know he's looking down at us from above and is proud of the work DAV is doing for our veterans. As you have heard, I have a lot of inspiration that has led me here today. You have also seen that I am following a reverend veteran and past National Commander, Dave Riley. I will honor his service this year by continuing to build upon his accomplishments. I think it's important to tell everyone about our goals in representing DAV and all of you. First and most importantly, we will continue providing a lifetime of support to veterans and their families. Our services provide at not only no cost to the veterans is our beacon. That's the heart of why we exist. DAV service officers and our volunteers on the front line are the foundation of what we do. I speak from experience when I say that we will continue to be the leading voice of the unique issues concerning our sisters in arms and our returning women veterans. We will march forward with new innovations surrounding the needs of returning veterans and their search for meaningful employment. Building upon the great platforms cemented by my predecessor is my intent to continue to fight on behalf of a group of veterans currently being left behind. Under current law, veterans who were injured prior to 9/11 are not entitled to the same caregiver benefits as those injured after. For spouses like Yvonne Riley, Donna Jordan, Jason Corin, and the thousands of others who have shared a sacrifice with their veterans will not rest until that is changed. In June, we rallied on Capitol Hill to spread the word about the unsung heroes. That campaign has just begun, and I look forward to expanding it until we have legislation that keeps the promise to veterans and caregivers of all eras. During the coming year, we must remain a powerful force for advocacy for veterans. We'll make every effort to keep the promises made by our country to ill and injured veterans and their families to ensure they receive the benefits they've earned and deserve. We must continue to use the voices of our members to plainly tell lawmakers that we expect them to fully fund the VA so as to provide the health care and benefits earned by veterans. When a man or woman raises their hand and says, "Send me," when our nation calls, no one knows better than us what they are writing a blank check to our country. The ultimate payment could be their lives. For those who have sacrificed for our country and their survivors, we must insist on a strong VA and healthcare system to meet their needs. When our nation's bravest return change from military service, DAV is here to help shoulder that load. We ensure veterans do not get left behind. I intend to continue addressing the subjects like access to quality health care, accurate and timely disposition of disability claims, and improving programs that strengthen the lives of veterans and their families. There is so much to do, but I cannot do it alone. I have confidence in each one of you, and I will count on your support and expertise as we continue fighting for veterans and their families. May we continue to succeed in our sacred mission, and may God bless the DAV and those who represent it. Thank you very much.